What's going on YouTube? Rockley AC here, bringing you guys some unfortunate news that you guys probably already know by now, but also something um, in light of it that I decided to bring upon the table. As a lot of you guys know, the Panini DBZ game is officially done and over with. Fighting against the rights and licensing against Bandai, who owns most of the property rights. Is not worth it according to Panini, and I totally understand that. But it sucks. And after what 2 years, 2.5 years, the game is over, not due to performance or sales, but mostly because of the licensing. I know a lot of people are blaming Panini, a lot of people blaming Bandai. I think it's a little bit of both, honestly. Panini did a decent job, especially with pricing support and somewhat communication throughout most of the years. I just wish they kind of advertised more. On the other hand, Bandai just being really tough on the legal matters at hand, and wanting to promote their other game. It just really hinders on this game and the health of this game and how far this community has gone since the score days. So that stuff isn't factored in. Obviously, it's a business, it's a company, and that's the way it is. It sucks, but recently Phil gave great news that they're going to prolong the game by still holding regionals and having maybe like half the development team work on cards and whatnot. So at least the quality of the game won't deter, and that's really important. If anything, not that I don't trust random members of the community, but being able to have the development team still there, providing artwork, providing templates, layouts, adjusting to the rules and interactions is something that not too many other card games who have gone to the grave decided to note and take up on. This happened to me also with the Naruto CCG a couple years back when Bandai again let it go, and the community was somewhat lacking in terms of like support afterwards. There's still like a lot of key people here and there, and the forums is still going up, but definitely not as strong as DBZ. Just because there's a lot of key figures in here that are still in the game and still passionate for it. So big ups to them for that. So it's great news. They're still gonna be continuing in the form of proxies and digital releases for the new set. So if people are still interested in the game, it's still going on, just not in high volume, and pricing support might not be the best. It might not be worth it for some people to travel, but those who still love the game, which a lot of people do, because it kind of just hit us out of nowhere in a way, despite speculation, people still want to play this game. So set 8 will be released in February. Digitally, you can download the images and print them off for proxies, and they're still releasing the OP season layout. So a lot of people are just complaining right now, so I'm just gonna be patient, hang on tight, play as many card games as I can with my buddies, and still hang on there. So I'm still gonna be creating content, for at least the next couple of months, and hopefully, I'll be able to create, a lot more along with a lot of the other YouTubers out there. Again, this is not a huge YouTube channel. I just do this for fun, casual on the side, but I do like to put myself out there and my explanations on cards and stuff, if it helps people to kind of take things out, take things in, and kind of just stimulate that kind of interaction, it's worth it to me. So yeah, anyways, enough of me talking. I'm trying to do this in the next 10 minutes, this deck profile really quick. I've been running this for the past 3 weeks, almost a month now, orange Retribution cooler. I've been running blue cooler since Gen Con. And I just love the cooler personality. Frieza, you know, family line, and Cooler's rejuvenation ability helps you survive in big matches, especially when it comes down to the last, couple rounds, last bit of life cards. Putting those cards back into your deck, reusing certain effects is just really, really crazy. Combine that with the Retribution Mastery, it gives you a chance to MPPV, which this deck is primarily MPPV, depending on the matchup. If you're going as like a blue deck, like a control stasis deck, maybe like a black or like a blue, camp build who just wants to mitigate your anger. Staying in level 2, staying in level 3 is not that bad because you can just beat down. But if you're going against like a sand deck or maybe even a red deck or a ball deck even sometimes, you can just anger up. And there's a lot of burst anger. There's a lot of 2 anger cards in here, in addition to the mastery. So I'm just gonna go ahead quickly, go through the deck profile. A lot of these choices, maybe you could swap out, 5 or 6 cards here and there, but I think this is a very solid deck, and let's go through it. Orange Mastery, Cooler, blah, 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 that stuff. You can still survive on level 1, but you're most likely going to be on level 2 to 3, majority of the game, just because you can still anger up by a majority of your cards. For non-combat setups, I ran 2 Visiting the Past. I love this card just because you could still get like your key combo cards. If you need crits, you could grab Launcher. If you need more defense, you could grab Block or Spheres and whatnot. So Visiting the Past, to me, is still very good in this meta where they've gone away from the always entering brawly attack type of thing, Banisher setups and stuff. I ran 1 Orange Escape. I like this as a tech because although I don't really end combat a lot, I'm pretty aggressive in this deck. There are times when they'll be entering and you have a dead hand, you have a drill in your hand, you're gonna want to end combat and all that stuff. So I think it's good as a one of. Drill package. The top I would consider like my defense drills. So you have the 2 blocking drills, steady drill, burning aura drill. Those are great depending on the purpose. If your opponent doesn't have a lot of ways to banish, certain drills, maybe like a sand deck or something like that. Grab, your physical block or whatever. Checkup drill, even with the red, it's still very good. My attacks do +1 stage damage. Doesn't really do too much on that end, but it does rejuvenate 2. And if I am caught up in a blind, in a bad combat, and this drill gets shuffled through Retribution Mastery, you can search for it, grab a blocking drill, and just have that extra defense. It's very, very good. Another card that I love in this deck is Orange Energy Dandrill. You have a lot of energy attacks, and then especially also on your level 3. After you perform a successful energy attack, you can look through your opponent's deck and for a card and destroy it. So if I don't have a lot of answers to certain situations, maybe like Dragon Ball decks, try to kill their Dragon Radar or cards that kind of combo to get Dragon Balls unleashed or something like that, so that they could, I guess, stop them, early game in a way. This is a good card as a tech, get rid of their Visiting the Past, time, whatever. It's still a very solid card, and it gets rid of, key combos. It looks inside your opponent's deck, information. It's a very solid card. And the next are my, I guess, anger cards. Captivity Drill, your NG attacks gain hit, raise your anger 1, gain 3 stages. Those 3 stages are really crucial against any type of deck, because half the meta still, I think, is physical beats, maybe more so energy beats now, but there's still a lot of brawlies running around, so you need some ways to gain stages. Crying Drill, of course, is there. Raise your anger 1. Drills don't have memory. Shuffle it back in, get another anger. It's very good. Investigation Drill, I like a lot because it banishes an attached card. So if you're stuck on a bind, if somebody wall breakers you on like turn 4, and you're just like almost there, or if you're like on level 3 or whatever, you could have ways to search out for this drill and banish that attached card. And then also has a nice anger attack. Did I play something? Oh yeah. Orange Examination Drill. When this drill enters play, destroy an ally. This is like my answer to allies aside from crits. You can do this twice. You have this drill, level up with mastery, search it out again. It's just very good to get rid of those annoying allies. And then also you can raise your anger after a hit effect too as well. So that's the drill package. You could argue maybe add another drill, 1 or 2, or be aggro with like aura drill or something, but I figured I'd be a little bit more defensive with those drills and add a little tech with Dandrill, and then just burst up anger with these cards. 3 stare downs. I still think stare down is really important in this kind of meta. Get rid of those key cards. Those are proxies because I guess apparently we could use them now. But yeah, I only own 1 sphere. Oh, that came out of nowhere. So I figured I think 2 would be really good in this deck, just by going against those Unleash decks. So many people play like those critical events. Goku's Search, that card is busted. Hybrid Defense, all those annoying things. It's still, Sphere is still very, very powerful in this meta. And then Time. Yeah, Time. Blocks. Let's go through the physical blocks. Orange Refocus. Blocks, Raise Your Anger, good drill. Very good. Orange Quick Dodge, 5 stages. Preventing a stage is really, really important too. Onto the energies, 3 absorptions, gain 5 stages, Raise Your Anger. I mean, you need those stages for energy attacks. 2 energy catches and 2 dismissals. Dismissal is an amazing card. Shuffle drill you control, search your deck for a drill and play it, so you could bounce stuff here and there or search for different drills with that card alone. Physical attacks, 3 orange launchers. I need crits. There are a lot of Dragon Ball decks in my kind of locals, so being able to crit those Dragon Balls and not relying on damage is super important. 3 life cards, 1 endurance, decent. Devastating Blow, this card saves me so many times. Banishing allies, banishing key cards in the discard pile, and just really lowering anger. Orange lacks, well, they got a lot of good new cards that actually control anger now, but being able to kind of lower their anger while you're trying to MPB faster than them is important too in matchups. And then I teched in 1 Sagacious Strike. This could be swapped out for anything else, but it's another instant crit card. Get rid of Wall Breaker too as well. And it's just a very solid tech just overall. I could rejuvenate also with Cooler if I needed to. And then onto the energies. 3 Cooler Supernova. Don't need to say about that. It's one of the best card games in the game, or best named cards in the game. Rejuvenate it to destroy a setup or drill. It's super important. 3 Orange Rages. Raise Your Anger 2. Solid. Eruption, Raise Your Anger 2, lower your opponent's anger 2, another great card. Another instant 2 anger card, Orange Left Burst. Didn't want to run 3, I just felt like it wasn't as important. But it does, on hit effect, search your banish zone for a non-continuous drill and rejuvenate it, so it does have a little bit of purpose, but it's mostly there just for anger. 3 Fierce Attack, gotta have this, makes your energy attacks unpreventable, so you can do some crits. And then on a hit, Raise Your Anger 2, lower your opponent's anger 2. Amazing. 3 Precise Shots. I love Precise Shots just because it's a nice tech to go to your opponent's life deck and discard cards. Again, get rid of their Unleash, their Time, Visiting the Past, any combo cards, any problem cards. 3 Orange Stare Down. I think you need 3 in this kind of deck just because you're gonna banish board. Goku's still running around. A lot of orange decks are running around. Yamcha, stall decks. Black Power Up, all that stuff. Sorry, not Black Power Up. But a lot of the drills like Smoothest Drill, Annoying Allies. You're just gonna want to banish them. 2 orange power points. I'm so messy in here, but it's okay. 200 power points, solid attacks. 3 endurance. Still searches out for a drill. And then 2 Villainous Powerball, energy attack, 2 stages. Lower your opponent's anger, prevent 4 stages damage. Another good card against like Brawly and stuff. So yeah, that is my deck profile on it. I know I kind of rushed the ending and stuff, but I know a lot of people don't like long deck profiles because according to them, a certain amount of time is more important to do, or it reflects the quality of the deck profile. But yeah, anyways, I just want to thank you guys for all your support in the past couple years. I'll still be doing this thing, as a part-time here and there, and still supporting all the other YouTubers out there as well, trying to maybe work with them as well. But thank you guys so much for your support. Please subscribe, share this video, test this out. This is a really fun deck. I love it a lot. It has a good matchup, tier 1.5 to me. But yeah, thanks again, guys. Rock Lee signing out. Peace.